Hello everyone. So this is lecture number 16 according to your syllabus. So today we have the topic calculation of mean values in a canonical ensemble. Okay. So this is we are going to find out the mean values in a canon. So this much time we saw what is canonical ensemble. After that we saw example of canonical ensemble, and now we are going to find out some mean values inside a canonical ensemble. Okay, so again just refreshing, when a system A is in thermal contact with the heat reservoir, or when only its mean energy is known, then the systems in the representative statistical ensemble are distributed over their accessible state in accordance with the canonical distribution. What is the meaning of all this? So I wrote here meaning of the above sentence. Don't write this in your note, this is just for your understanding. So this sentence looks very complicated, so how do you understand that? So canonical distribution, when do you use it? When a system is in thermal contact with the heat reservoir, or when only its mean energy is known. Okay, so when a system is contact with a thermal reservoir, or when it's only its mean energy is known, then we use a canonical distribution, and we write it using this formula. Okay, so all systems under canonical distribution are distributed over their accessible states in accordance with the canonical distribution. Means whoever is under this kind of situation, that means any gas, like we saw in the last class, a molecule of a gas looks at other molecules in the gas as a completely another heat reservoir. So such kind of systems under canon are distributed over their accessible states, the energy states, the probability of finding it in those energy states. How we can define that? That is defined by this equation. Vr is equal to is proportional to e raised to minus beta er. When you remove the proportionality constant, you get a constant c. So and then when you normalize it, you get e raised to minus beta er by summation over r. Means r is what? All the probable states, e raised to minus beta er. So this is the probability of finding that system in a state r. Since energy is not specified precisely, so we can calculate the mean values very easily. Okay, so if you cannot understand my handwriting, it's you can just refer the reef. I have not changed anything. I have just some equations I have expanded here. It's very short there, but you can always if something is not clear here, maybe I've missed out something or something, it's just the same thing as in the reef textbook. So I've just some equations I've just expanded it, that's all. So if you cannot understand something there, you can always look up here, or if you don't understand anything here, you can look up there. Okay, so I hope all of you have the soft copy. Yeah, so so mean energy, so already we saw in the previous classes that the mean energy can be written like this. Okay, so I'm not explaining again how we are writing it, so you can check, I mean you can look back in the previous lectures. So it's just summation over r e raised to minus beta er divided by summation over e raised to minus beta er multiplied by the energy in each state r. So this is the mean energy is given by that. So then where the sum over all accessible states r of the system, sum is over all accessible states r of the system irrespective of the energy. The above equation can also be written as the numerator, the top part of this equation. How we can write? I can just write it as this one. If I differentiate this, I will get this. Okay, so I can write this as this. Okay, so this whole thing we are going to write by z. Okay, so what is this z? Z is equal to e raised to minus beta er summation over r e raised to minus beta er. Okay, and now when you come back to here, this equation, so you substitute for z, so what you will get? Minus 1 by z dou z by dou beta. Or this one I can write as like this, because when I differentiate this, I will get this. Okay, so dou ln z by dou beta. Now this z is called the sum over the states or partition function. So this is very important. This is very important. It's called the partition function. Okay, I didn't cut, that is just an underline. Sorry, so it's underlined. Okay, So is a sum over the states or partition function. The canonical distribution implies a distribution of systems over all possible energies. The resulting dispersion of the energy is also readily computed. Okay, so what is the meaning of this? Means this canonical distribution, we saw that in the system, okay, the whole system that we are describing, it can be distributed over possible energies or accessible state. Okay, so but we already computed a mean energy here. Okay, so there's a mean energy. So but each value of energy can be little different from the mean energy. Okay, so how much is that difference is given by delta E whole square, and average of that difference, that is what is taken here. So we have a mean energy here. Okay, and each value of energy, or each ER, can be different from that total mean energy. Okay, so that each value E minus the total energy, or the mean energy E dash, that is given by the difference delta E. So the average of all that, squaring the average of all that, is given by this one. Okay, delta E whole square is equal to the difference between each value E and the mean value. Okay, mean energy value, and the whole square. Okay, so that is why we are doing like this, is to find the dispersion. Okay, so so after this you can get E square minus 2 E plus E square, the whole bar, and then finally you will get this one. What is that? So this can be, for small values of dispersion, this can be similar. Okay, you can take it as one term. So finally you will get E whole bar square minus the mean energy, that is E bar small bar square. So this one is nicely derived in page number 13 of Reef. Okay, so you can check it out in page number 13 of Reef. They are showing how they arrived at this dispersion relation. So you can just go back and check how the explanation of this. It becomes too long if I have to explain the whole thing. Okay, now so this total what is this each energy, the average of each energy whole square can be written again using the canonical distribution. So sigma summation over R e raised to minus beta ER, and ER whole square divided by summation over eta, e raised to minus beta ER. Okay, so this again is your canonical distribution. So I just want to find another mean value. So just like we used before, I used the same canonical distribution to find the mean value of each energy state. Okay, so then what to say here? Yeah, but again I am writing the numerator like this. Okay, this numerator, when I differentiate this portion, when I differentiate this one, I can get this value. Okay, so that is why I wrote like that. And then again what I can do, so minus is equal to what to say, summation over e raised to minus beta. Okay, to beta. Okay, so again one more time, this one I can write again like we wrote here previously. See, e raised to minus beta ER into ER, this I can write here, we saw here, right? E raised to minus beta ER, again dou by dou beta e raised to minus beta into ER. So I am simplifying it again. So one more, this one I can get by simplifying again one more time. Okay, so when I simplify again one more time, it will become dou square. Why? Already one to make this once. So if I differentiate this, I will get this. Okay, 2 times. So yeah, now I am writing in terms of partition function. Dou square z by dou beta square 1 by z. Which one? This formula. This formula is 1 by z. This is z into here dou square beta, dou square z by dou beta square. So this is done like that. Okay, now I want to rewrite this in the form of what E, average mean energy. Okay, the mean energy, the small bar. Okay, so you have to see this is a big bar. Okay, this is different from the small mean, this mean energy. So this E, what is this E? This E you see is this one. Which one? This one. This is this E, and the small bar is this one, that is this one. Okay, that is the mean energy. Okay. But this is, what is this actually, I also explained some time back. This is each energy value minus the mean energy. So a system can be in any different energy state, but when you take the mean energy from that, how much it is different, that is given by delta E, and then when you square it, you want to find the dispersion of the energy. Okay, so that this E is different from this E, this is mean. Okay, and this to find the whole dispersion, we are taking the bar average of this. Means or a mean of the differences or dispersion from the mean energy, so that this E and this E is different. So yeah, so I want to write it in terms of mean energy. I want to write this equation, which is the big bar E square, in terms of the small e. Okay, so that is why I am writing, I'm going to change this equation like that. Okay, so how I'm going to do that is written here. Okay, so what you do, you take this value, and then because already we have it, E bar is equal to 1 by z, dou z by dou beta. Okay, and then just some rearrangements. I think I don't have to explain, right? You can go through it. It's very simple mathematics. So when finally you come down, so this part I have done it for you. It is not there in the book, so you can see how this E is written in terms of small e. Okay, so this big E square is written in, when you come down with this equation, this E is written in terms of the small e. Okay, so we want to write this E whole bar square, this big E whole bar square, in terms of the mean energy. So these two values are in mean energy. So once you finish this derivation, you will understand this one. And then, so our equation, what is our aim? To find the dispersion, right? So that one we are writing in terms of this mean energy. Okay, dou E by dou beta. So that I can write it as dou square by dou beta square. Okay, dou square by dou beta square ln z. Okay, so then what I can do, since delta E square can never be negative, so the dispersion square, it cannot be negative, so dou E by dou beta, so then dou E by dou beta has to be less than or equal to, this should not be negative, so then this has to be less than or equal to 0, or dou E by dou t, why beta is inverse of that, has to be greater than or equal to 0. So beta is 1 by what is that, 1 by kt, right? So it is inverse, so it has to be greater than or equal to 0. So just go through this derivation by yourself, it's very easy, you can understand that. And also, if some question, if something is not clear about my handwriting, you please check the Reef textbook. It's the same thing, but this portion will not be there. Okay. Okay, so now so just as a continuation of this, suppose that the system is characterized by a single external parameter. Okay, so one system, it is characterized by one single external parameter like pressure or something like that. So now we're going to consider a quasi-static change for external parameter from x to x plus dx. Means, what is quasi-static? It's so slow that it doesn't go very far from the equilibrium condition. So that is the meaning of quasi-static. So quasi-static change of external means it's the external parameter is applied to the system very, very slowly. So it goes from x to x plus dx. X can be anything, it can be pressure or temperature or whatever, some external parameter. So in this process, the energy of the system in state R changes by the amount. So if a system is in energy ER, okay, so it's in a state R and it has energy E of R, then this external parameter multiplied by that energy, that much energy is energy change the system experiences. Okay, so now because there is an energy change, there is a work done as a result of this, and is given by d omega, I mean dw is equal to summation over r e raised to minus beta er dou er by dou x into dx. So again, this we are using the canonical distribution. So just to take the work done as a result of this, because it is a canonical system, so we are using the canonical distribution again, and we are multiplying it by the what is this energy change with that external parameter. So when the mean value has been calculated with the canonical distribution, the numerator of the above, this is the numerator of the above, it can be, what it can be done. So again, just you're doing the same circus again, that you're writing it as dou by dou x. So this thing, if I differentiate, I will get this. That's all. It's very simple. So yeah. Okay, 1 by beta dou by dou x here dx. Okay, so then what will happen then? Yeah, I just write, so this equation I'm just rearranging and writing. So just rearranging, writing, we're just writing in form of the partition function z. So here wherever this is there, we're writing in terms of z. So you can write as 1 by beta, finally you can bring it to 1 by beta dou ln z by dou x multiplied by dou x. Okay, so now we got this work done in terms of, this is your work done. Okay, so this is your work done. So is got in terms of x bar dx, where x is the generalized force. Why work done? Already you know what is work done formula in terms of force into distance moved. So x dx, so where x bar is a form of a generalized force. So x can be anything. Why here, see now this is your x here, where here this is your x. Why? This is your x bar into dx. Okay, x bar dx. So I hope you don't get confused. So yeah. Okay, so this is your x bar into dx. So I should have written with a red pen, no? Otherwise you will be confused. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, this is x bar into dx. Okay, so what is this? This is your x bar. Okay, what is this? This is your generalized force. Why? Work done is equal to force into distance. So then yeah, so but force into distance, this also can be written as what? This is also equal to dou er by dou x. This is also previously mentioned in the Reef book. Okay, you can also see, go back inside the textbook and see how they they write this one. Okay, and here as we saw, this is your x bar, 1 by beta dou ln z by dou x. Then okay, for example, if x is equal to v, the volume of the system. Okay, so now x is equal to v, the volume of system. The above equation provides an expression for the mean pressure, that is pdv. Okay, if you write dw is equal to pdv, so x I am writing as v. Okay, so here what you have here is your x. Okay, so this is x here, so x here writing as volume. So then what it will be? Oh yeah, so your work done into dx, right? Force, this is your generalized force, into dx. So your x value is v, so v I am writing. So then p, then p is equal to 1 by beta dou ln z by dou v. Okay, 1 minute, is 1 by beta, sorry. 1 by beta dou ln z by dou v. Okay, so now z, so in this p into v. Okay, so this p is 1 by beta dou ln z by dou v. So now z is a function of beta and v. This is a partition function, is a function of beta and v. Since the energies er depend on v, here it is an equation relating p to t. P and t, what is t? Beta is equal to 1 by kt. So p is equal to is the equation relating p to t and v. So we have p, t and v. So what is that? It is a equation of state of a system. Okay, so the relation between p, t and v. So yeah, so this much for this lecture. I hope all of you could understand. Thank you.